Shortly after the Prime Minister landed in Kiev, a tweet landed from one of his own MPs. Peter Aldous wrote, "After a great deal of soul-searching, I have reached the conclusion that the Prime Minister should resign." And he said he'd written a letter calling for a vote of confidence in Boris Johnson.
We can't just keep kicking the can down the road. It's a major distraction for governments when there's so many challenges to address. And the emails from my constituents keep coming in. They've lost trust and confidence in him.
Back in Kiev, the Prime Minister said he was not distracted by his domestic difficulties.
My focus is entirely on delivering on the priorities of the British people, and they include ensuring that we are secure in our relations with our friends and allies.
But tonight he has been hit by fresh allegations. On the night Dominic Cummings left Number 10 in November, the Telegraph is reporting that the Prime Minister was seen heading towards a party in the Downing Street flat. And Mr Cummings adds that photographs exist of the Prime Minister at parties in Downing Street. Added to that, The Guardian has placed the Prime Minister at another party on the 14th of January. But not all of the Prime Minister's backbenchers are waiting for Sue Gray's verdict on this.
I have serious problems, not only with the operation at Number 10, but the leadership of this country. And I think there's been a real breach of trust, not just with Conservative MPs, but with ordinary, decent people all over the country.
Although the Prime Minister's reaction to Sue Gray's initial findings yesterday...
Firstly, I want to say sorry.
...has settled the nerves of some supporters who suggest that even if the police find wrongdoing, the fixed penalty notice that could follow is not that serious. Should, for example, the Prime Minister get a fixed penalty notice at the end of this, would his position be untenable?
Would you be asking me the same question if he'd had a speeding ticket, for example, a fixed penalty notice for parking his car on a red line in London? I'm not sure we'll be having this conversation. So it depends on...
The difference is he brought in these rules.
And he governs, all of the rules regarding roads or delegated powers for parking, for example.
But the role of the police has been criticised by former officers who say they were too slow to get involved.
Now the Met are in that position of trying to play catch-up. Sue Gray's already done her report. She's already spoken to people, and they're working backwards, which is something you wouldn't normally do. So I think there's been a huge error in judgment in not issuing those tickets right from the outset when those allegations first came to light.
If there are any fixed penalty notices, the police say they won't name those who are fined, but Number 10 have said they'll tell us if the Prime Minister is amongst them, although by that time a fine might be the least of his worries.